scoot a little close. I want you guys to be able to see my curls because I did them for this video, so you're welcome. That hit my soul and I loved it. What up though? It's your girl P Liddy. The explanation for this right here is there's a draft that comes in from my window and I get very cold at night and I love to be nice, warm, and snuggly at all times, 24/7. So that's to keep the wind from coming in when I sleep. So if you're wondering, all 12 of you, that's what it is. Anyways, today's video is about my experience so far living in Korea. For those of you who don't know exactly where I am stationed at Osan Air Base in South Korea. I've been living here for about 4 months and some change. So it's been winter time and it's very cold out here, so I have not been going out much. But I'm going to tell y'all some pros, cons, my experiences so far, where I've been to when I first got here and was just kind of exploring around before it got too cold for me to really, function really. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, first thing is soju. Now, for military members, for all the crazy things that happen, you have to be 21 to drink out here. Usually other bases you go to, they match the legal drinking age of that country, but Korea is different. But soju is basically Korean vodka, but this is like no other vodka that you've ever tasted. Let me tell you, you've heard it here first on P Liddy's channel. Soju is the devil. Let me tell you why. My first experience drinking soju, when you come to Korea, the first 2 weeks you're not allowed to drink. My first weekend off KRO, if you talk to anybody who's in the military and has been to Osan or Korea in general and they got off KRO, they probably all have this story of the first time that they had soju. And I had came here with one of my friends from my last base, and I was sipping the drink, and when you're out with your friends and they're waiting too long to drink a drink, you're kind of like, why are you babysitting it? So he asked me, why are you babysitting? I said, well, it's my first weekend, blah, blah, blah. He said, I got you. That's all he had to say. I downed that drink and I kept drinking and drinking after that because I was like, oh, he got me. It's all good. So long story short, I got blackout, intoxicated. It was a very fun night from what I can remember. Hit me like a ton of bricks. So we were leaving the club because I'm obviously sick. They don't want me to be out anymore because my first weekend. I go down the stairs, wake up in my bed. I have many stories of just going out with friends and me being drunk and my friends being drunk, because I've been told, at least my mom tells me, that I'm really good at telling stories. So comment below if you want some more story times, because that's pretty much all this stuff is gonna be. To check to make sure the focus was good because my camera cut off. Please help. Basically, I'm gonna move on now because my camera just told me that I was talking too long about soju. So alright, next thing, this is more so for military people. When you come out here and you are the ranks of E1 to E5, you will most likely not have a car. Some E6s can get the paperwork signed to get a car. Basically, especially with this cold weather, I don't even know the number of how much money I've spent on taxis just in the span of this 2 months that I haven't been doing anything but literally going to work and coming home.
Like, just take the shuttle, It's not that bad.
Let me tell you something. I work at 4 in the morning. There's no shuttles that run, so like I literally have no choice but to walk or ride my bike. Next topic. A good moment being a foreigner to a country, I don't know how to put it, but that moment where you're in the mall or you're at the train station and you just look across and you see somebody else. They don't have to be black or anything like that. They could be any ethnicity, doesn't matter. But like you see them and you're like, I don't care why you're here. I'm just glad you're here because like I'm not alone. I'm not the only foreigner in this country that is foreign to me. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to get into is the Koreans that I've come encountered with, the ones I've worked with and the ones I've met outside of base just traveling around. The ones I work with, I love those little tiny short Korean ladies and they love me, and it's a bond. When I tell y'all I love those little ladies, I love them. One thing about them though is that they talk to me in Korean because body language is universal. So them flailing their arms and speaking Korean to me, it's all I need. So communication. With that being said, the Koreans that I run into off base, I wouldn't say that they're rude. It's just now I understand that there's a, that they're not used to seeing Americans, more specifically African Americans, with my hair and the way I dress. It's not just the Koreans that stare at me, because they'll stare and I've gotten to the point where they'll be staring at me and I'll look away, I'll look back, they'll still be looking at me. So at that point, if I look away and I look back and you're still staring at me, we're just gonna have a staring contest, and whoever breaks eye contact is the loser. Most of the time I win. Okay, another thing about off base with the whole locals, and this isn't just the Koreans, it's just the pace of Korea in general. You have to be like a freaking football like juke game on fleek, because if you don't move out their way, these little Koreans will bump right into you. And I know what you're thinking, like, okay, I am 5'4". These Koreans are like under 5 feet, but they are strong. From seeing the Koreans at work and them, hitting me on the back, it hurts, because they'll think, I'll tell them a joke and they'll laugh and they'll hit my back and I'll literally be like, I try to keep it in because Mama didn't raise me that way. So I try to keep her proud. If somebody ever asks me like, dang, why are you scared of this little tiny Korean lady? Because I might die. All she has to do is freaking headbutt me in the chest. Because she doesn't have to even lean down. It's literally point blank. Damn it. And more vlogs to come when it does start getting warmer out here, because I am not about this chilly life. It is cold. Oh my gosh, I did not talk about how cold it is out here. Let's talk about it. So before living here, I was in Misawa, Japan. That's up in northern Japan. If you look at it on a map, Japan looks like a seahorse, right? Misawa, Japan is in the chest of the seahorse. I was there, it snowed a lot. I didn't like it. For the first time I've seen that much snow, I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool. And then I lived in it and it wasn't fun. Before coming here, people told me that, well, it doesn't snow as much in Korea. I'm like, okay, cool, I can get through that. Well, they didn't tell me that the winds are vicious. And the thing about it is that you can look outside. It'll be a bright day, not a cloud in sight, just sun everywhere, and then you walk outside and the wind casts you away, takes your soul out of your body, and you're just sitting there soulless and cold. So just imagine being soulless and cold. Walking from my dorm to get in line in the taxi, I hope that there's a taxi waiting for me, and I don't have to wait in the cold, because by the time I get in the taxi, I can't feel my cheeks. I can go on and on about the freaking cold out here because it sucks. But yeah, I'm going to end the video now for real this time. Make sure y'all like this video. Please like this video. Please do. It just makes me feel good when y'all like it. Like, sure, y'all viewed it, but did you like it? Did you? Comment what you guys want to see me do next on my channel. Like, what's next? Also, make sure you subscribe. Okay, guys. Stay litty titty. I don't know. Goodbye. Hey guys, follow me on Snapchat. I post some funny stuff sometimes when I'm bored, which is a lot of the time, so follow me.